Well, hey there, East Main Baptist Church. Welcome back to another real short talk with Ryan. As always, thank you for taking some time out of your day to join me for this time where we get to spend in God's Word together, where we're learning more about God, we're learning more about ourselves, and we're learning more about how we can respond to Him. We're in Psalm 120 this morning, and I just want to ask you a question. Do you trust God in your distress? Look at what the psalmist writes in verse 1. He says, "In my distress, I called to the Lord, and He answered me." Right? So in his distress, in this moment where things are not going his way, his response is to cry out to the Lord and to wait for this answer. Let's read and see a little bit about what his distress is. Verse 2 tells us, he says, "Deliver me, O Lord, from lying lips, from a deceitful tongue." So in some way, people are lying against him, right? Maybe they're lying to others, they're attacking his character, they're attacking his motives for doing certain things. We don't really know, but they are lying, right? And so we have to consider first, what is our distress? What are we dealing with, right? We're always dealing with something. There's always some uncertainty, there's always some troubles, there's always some trials, there is always distress that we are dealing with, right? And maybe we're not dealing with it right this very second, but it's going to be coming. So what is your distress that you are handling? Is somebody lying against you? Or are they attacking your reputation and character? Are you dealing with some sort of besetting sin in your life and your distress is, hey, I can't seem to escape this pattern of sinful behavior? Maybe your distress is dealing with a child who is in a pattern of sin. Maybe it's dealing with something at work. Maybe it's dealing, there's all sorts of options, right? I don't want to limit them for you, right? What you're dealing with is real. What are you dealing with? And the question is, how are you going to respond to it, right? Do you trust the Lord enough to trust Him with your distress? Very naturally, we as people are doers. Something happens to us, we want to go deal with it ourselves. Somebody attacks our reputation, somebody lies and stirs up deceit against us, right? We want to go respond. We want to go have that confrontation with them. We want to go to the person they were lying to and defend ourselves, right? We're dealing with a besetting sin. Well, I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to get through this myself, right? We're having an issue at work or with a child. Say, I'm going to go do this. These are the things that I'm going to check off my list that are going to help me overcome this issue and get out of this distress. That's our natural reaction, but this text reminds us today that that is not the best reaction. The best reaction must be to call out to the Lord. The Lord has the answers. The Lord can provide for you in your distress. In my distress, he says, I called to the Lord. Do you trust the Lord enough to wait? Do you trust the Lord enough to call out to Him when this trouble comes and say, Lord, man, I want to go do this, but I'm going to wait on you. I'm going to wait on your solution. I'm going to wait on your answer. I'm going to wait on you to work in their hearts of those people that are lying against me. I'm going to wait on you to vindicate me and to prove my reputation to those that they are lying to. I'm going to wait for you and your Spirit to work in me and through me to help me get out of this sin. I'm going to wait on you to work in the lives of my child or my coworkers or my family. I'm going to wait on you because guess what? When we call out to the Lord, He answers. It may not be in our timing. It may not be in the way that we would like Him to resolve things, but He always answers. He's always listening. He always cares. Do you trust the Lord with your distress? Call out to Him and wait on His answer today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Until then, go and glorify God's name.